Hello, everybody. Welcome to the final day of the 3-day Leaky Gut Workshop. And this is my favorite day because I finally get to share with you the exact 4 steps to sealing up that leaky gut, which addresses all those problems that we talked about on day 1 in one fell swoop instead of spinning your wheels, going to multiple different doctors, trying to address all your multiple different symptoms, getting really super frustrated and thinking that there's nothing else you can do, right? That is where so many people are at. And so this is my favorite day because I get to show you exactly how you get rid of your symptoms for good, for a lifetime, and get that lifetime of energy and being able to go out and do all of the things you want to do. So happy you're here. I just had some music on and it got me all fired up. I had on a little Earth, Wind, and Fire. What's your favorite music to like get energized to? The sun's out today, which is a Christmas miracle up here in Seattle. I got my music on. It's day 3. I'm super excited. Super excited that you are here. Say hi as you come on so that I know I'm not here talking to myself. Give me a hashtag replay if you are watching the replay. Let me know if you can hear me, see me. Oh, what was that? How did that happen? Did you guys see that? Those balloons? I did not do that. But apparently my streaming app is just as excited as I am today. So let's dive in, you guys. Once I get a little, can you give me a thumbs up or a hello or something and let me know that we're all good? Oh, Tina, 70s music. Yeah, right. Do you like Earth, Wind, and Fire? I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. And there's a cover band. I don't know if you've ever heard of Kalimba, but they're an Earth, Wind, and Fire cover band, and we see them all the time. They are so much fun. So let me know what your pump up music is. Like, what do you work out to, or what like gets you going when you're kind of sluggish? So we're going to dive into day 3. Now, it's really super important to watch day 1 so that day 3 makes sense. Day 1, we dove into what is leaky gut? Why do we care about it? How does it affect us? What are the symptoms? Right? And it's really important to get that understanding before we dive into what the solution is, so that you know you're in the right place. Now, of course, if you're already here and you have not seen day 1, please stay. Just put replay in the comments if you want me to send you the replay. Day 1 was the what, the why, the how. And then yesterday we were in the kitchen and we made liquid gold bone broth. So good for sealing up that leaky gut, and talked about other foods that are going to be beneficial and my number 1 food to avoid if you have leaky gut. And just kind of talked about food in general and how, truly the quality of your life is equal to the quality of the food that you eat. And it's so very important. So we did that yesterday. So if you want those 2 replays, just comment replay in the chat and I will send those over to you. And then we're going to dive in today with solutions, because you all know what the problem is. Now we need the solution, right? And truly, it doesn't really matter what your diagnosis is or what your symptoms are. This is the 4-step process that every single person on the planet needs. I don't care who you are. And this is what is missing in our medical system, is that the medical system addresses one symptom with one solution, and it's not a solution, it's a Band-Aid most of the time. And what I do is rebuild your health from the ground up with my very simple step-by-step solution, so that you never have to worry about those Band-Aids again. You don't have to keep going to multiple doctors, and you create health for a lifetime. Because what we're doing now with all the Band-Aids and all of the medications and the procedures and the endoscopies and the colonoscopies and the this and the that and then this and that, it's like spinning your wheels and never feeling better. And my goal is for you to feel better, not only right now, not only for a month or a year, but for a lifetime. And so this 4-step process is important for every single person. I don't care who you are, man, woman, child, any diagnosis. This is what needs to be done for you to be healthy. And it was very complicated for me because it took me 10 years to do it for myself. And then it's been a journey since I started coaching and working with all these women individually. And I was like, I've got to make this into a system, a repeatable system, instead of working with individual people going, okay, well, let's do this with you and this with you and this with you. Like, I need to make this into a system. And that is what I have done over the last 2 years, is turned it into a system that works for everybody. And I've never had someone go through my program and actually do the program. There are some people that sign up and don't do it. I've never had anyone actually go through my program, do the program, that did not get their health goals achieved. Never. So that should be encouraging to you to know that there is hope for you. Even if you feel like you're too far gone, you feel like you've tried everything already, which I understand that feeling of like, I've already tried it all. How can this be different? And I'm here to tell you that it is very different. And I have simplified it so that it doesn't take 10 years and it doesn't take a whole ton of work and energy and exhaustion. I can lay it out for you in step-by-step fashion, hand it to you. We work together, so I support you, and we get you feeling all better. So if that sounds good to you, if you are ready to hear the steps, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps. Give me a yes in the comments if you are ready to understand the exact 4 steps to getting rid of your issues for a lifetime. 4 steps. Hello, Julie. Oh, queen. Yeah, good one. I love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. And we're going to dive in. So if you watch day 1, you know that it takes more than one thing to get rid of your issues. And I don't even care if it's just one symptom. It's never just one cause. It's always sort of a snowball. It starts with one thing and then it snowballs into something else. And we need to find the why. Why is this happening? Because it'd be like getting a gunshot wound and just keep piling Band-Aids on because it keeps bleeding, but you haven't taken that bullet out. And that's what people are doing with their health. So we got to get down to your why. It's different for everybody, that root cause issue. And then we can really solve things from there. So hopefully you can see my screen okay. Hi, Deborah. Tina, Julie. So nice to see you all. Okay. So the 4-step process. And, for each person, it is different. There are some people that have dealt with 20 years of gut issues, and we can literally get rid of them in a month because of this process. Now, for some people, it takes 4 to 6 months to a year, depending on, they say in kind of an estimation, however many years it took you to get to this point, it probably will take that many months. But I say just weeks because it really can be just weeks. And so I hope that that is encouraging to you, right? So how do you know you are in the right place? If you have mysterious symptoms, like if you have symptoms that are seemingly unrelated, maybe you have eczema, maybe you have bloating and constipation and joint pain. Like those all don't seem very related, but they can all be related back to leaky gut. If you feel fatigued, and I know that this is just so common, but it's not normal. And I think people think it's normal to feel tired and fatigued, and it is not. Energy is a normal thing if your body can create that energy for you. But there are many reasons why your body might be on the struggle bus. If you have too many or too few bowel movements, like if you don't go every day and have that good number 4 bowel movement, something is off in the gut. Now, some people are going 8 to 10 times a day with loose stools. Some people only go once a week and it's hard to pass. And then there's a whole spectrum in between, right? So any of those different bowel movements other than that good number 4 poop every single day there's something going on. Do you react to certain foods like gluten, dairy, sugar, tomatoes, meat, eggs? There's so many different foods that people react to. Do you get heartburn or bloating or indigestion or reflux or loose stools when you eat certain foods? It's not the food's fault, because if it was the food, no one would be able to eat it, right? So it's something going on in your gut. Do you feel anxious or have trouble sleeping? Like, do you kind of get those like looping thoughts, kind of anxiety ridden, have trouble falling asleep, have trouble staying asleep? All of that can be related back to your gut. Do you worry about your health or about your kids' health? I mean, it's kind of a vicious circle, because your health, there might be something going on with it. It gives you anxiety, and then the anxiety about the health gives you more anxiety, and it's just a vicious circle, right? And it could be the actual gut thing that's causing that anxiety in the first place that creates more anxiety. And then with our kids, like, the kids have the worst health today than they ever have in our existence. And so it's a big deal. And knowing all of these things that we're going to talk about today is only going to help your kids, because knowing how to do it for yourself is the way you know how to do it for other people. Do you have extra stubborn weight or belly fat that no matter what you do, it just seems like it won't go away? That can definitely be all linked back to leaky gut. Do you want to live an energetic life, disease-free? Like, isn't that just everyone's goal? Like, I think that's just what we all are here for, is to live an energetic life, disease-free. We want to be able to just enjoy our life, right? And then, do you wish you just had a plan that works? Like, I know the frustration of getting up every day and going, well, I know I don't feel good, but I have no idea what my next step is. I have no idea what to do today or the next day or the next day. And it causes that loop of feeling exhausted and anxious, because you just don't know what to do. And when someone just hands you a plan and goes, here's your step-by-step plan, it's laid out for you, it takes this big giant weight off your shoulders, right? So if any of these sound familiar to you, drop a yes in the comments. I know that every single one of these was familiar to me 15 years ago. And it took me, like I said, over a decade to get to the place where I am now. And I don't want you to have to wait that long. So that's why we're going to condense it down with this program. So if you don't know me, I'm Marissa Hughes. I'm a certified transformational nutrition coach specializing in digestive health. And I figured out what was going on with my 30-year-long health issues. And then I made it my life's mission to bring what I have learned to everyone that I possibly can. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I created this group. That's why I created the Happy Belly Method. And that's why we're here doing this workshop, because like I keep saying, everyone on the planet could benefit from supporting their gut. Now, whether you have full on leaky gut or just this much, it's a really important thing for everyone to know how to support their own gut. We should learn this in school, honestly, but we don't. So we're here. From birth, I was always nauseous. I always felt like I was going to throw up. I had colic. I had food sensitivities. I had massive issues going into my teens and 20s. I didn't know how to treat my body well at all. Ate shitty food, I just felt terrible all the time. But again, I thought it was normal. For me, it felt normal. Like, give me a normal in the comments. If what you feel, you've just normalized, because you're just used to it. You live it every day. And if you don't know how to get rid of it, you kind of have to get used to it, right? You can't just abandon life. And so I felt like I was going to throw up all the time. I was constantly looking for a bathroom everywhere I went. I would go to watch my son's baseball games and be like, okay, is it a porta potty? Is it what? Everything made me bloated. I was super constipated. Didn't realize that you were supposed to poop every day. No clue. And then it turned into really bad acne, to where sometimes I didn't leave the house. Really bad anxiety, to where like I had that trouble catching my breath. And then insomnia. I never slept, but again, I thought it was normal. I didn't know that people just go to bed, sleep 8 hours, and get up in the morning. Like, I really didn't know that. And so I spent 35 years of my life feeling this way. I went to doctors. One doctor told me I must just be defective, which didn't land right with me. Maybe you've had an experience with a doctor that they just weren't helpful at all. I decided that I needed to do something. And so it was a slow, exhausting journey, but I did figure it out. And that's what brings me here to you today. So this picture is 20 years after that picture, which I feel like I aged backwards. I have everyday energy, good mood every day, which my husband will attest to. I was not like that before. My weight stays steady, even when I go on vacation, regular bowel movements every single day, that flat belly. Like, I didn't know you could just not be bloated. Like, I just thought that was a normal thing. But the biggest thing is hopeful for my future, and that I can spend all these years in my future being happy and excited to go out and do things and travel. And my son, I'm fingers crossed he has kids and I get to spend time with my grandkids until I'm old. Like, I want to be old running around with my grandkids, right? So let me know in the comments if that resonates with you. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to travel? Do you want to play with your grandkids? What are your goals for when you're 70, 80, 90 years old? Or do you want to be like stuck on the couch because you don't feel good, right? Like, this is what we're talking about. It's bigger than your symptoms now. We're talking about a lifetime of health, right? So hopeful is the biggest word there. And so we went over this before, but this is what I want to stress, is that people keep saying, well, I've tried the probiotics. I tried this. I went to my doctor. I got an endoscopy. I got a colonoscopy. They said it's normal. So I just keep adding, I added Metamucil, and like, this is the loop. This is the loop that I hear from everyone that comes to me. And the problem is that all those things are just the itty bitty baby tip of the iceberg. They're not solving any problems, right? These are the Band-Aids that the medical system is basically feeding to us. But the real root causes of what is going on are this big underneath part of the iceberg that we need to address. And this is what I do with my clients, leaky gut being one of the biggest root causes, but leaky gut is not even a root cause, because there is a root cause of leaky gut, right? So we get down to the baby root, but we got to get down to the deep root. And that is what we do in the Happy Belly Method. And so the 4 steps, we have to address all 4 of these things. If we only address one, which a lot of people do, a lot of people change their diet. They're like, oh, I changed my diet, so I should feel better, but why don't I? And it's really frustrating, right? Like, give me the word diet in the comments if you have tried keto or Atkins or carnivore or vegetarian or low carb or, Whole30, something like that, and it didn't help. Now, I'm not saying don't change your diet. I'm saying, yes, change your diet, make it healthier. But what we're missing is the other 3 steps. And if we don't have all 4 of these things at 100% capacity, that's when your health home starts to crumble. And so what people are doing is, before building their health home, they're going out and buying all the throw pillows to decorate, but there's not even a home to put them in. That's what all these things are that we're talking about, the Band-Aids, the probiotics, the Metamucils, the diet changes, the XYZ that everyone is trying. These are all going out, getting the throw pillows, bringing them home and going, uh-oh, I don't have a home for them, right? So we need to build the health home first. And a lot of people eat healthy. Many people in this group eat healthy. Some people eat healthier than I do. So why aren't they feeling good? It's because we're missing balancing the gut microbiome, all those bacteria that live in our body, 100 trillion, getting rid of toxins. Maybe there have been toxins in your body for 2 decades. Just because you eat healthy now does not mean that there aren't toxins from a long time ago still in your body. And then really strengthening that gut-brain connection. If you don't get that connection strong, all the nutrition in the world may not help you. So we need to get all 4 of these pillars up to as close to 100% as we possibly can. And so pillar number 1 that we work on, and I make this extremely simple for you, is to get all of your nutrition. Now, there's a few problems with getting all of your nutrition in your body. Only 1 in 10 Americans gets the minimum amount of vitamins and minerals from their food. Minimum, not optimum. What I do with my clients is get them the optimum amount. And here are some of the problems with nutrition. As you can see, our soil is now severely depleted due to monocropping, lack of ruminants, chemicals, pesticides. We are only as healthy as our soil. So if we're all eating food that's depleted, we are depleted. We're eating way too many food-like substances that aren't real food, right? If we stick with real food, our body knows what to do with it. But if we're eating things that are processed, chemically processed, all these additives put in, our body doesn't know what to do with them. And the nutrients aren't available if it's not real food. And then what we've been talking about this week, leaky gut and other gut issues make absorbing our nutrients. Oh, I just saw a typo. How have I not seen that before? I feel like I'm a typo wizard. Leaky gut will cause us to not absorb our nutrients. So if you caught day 1, which again, if you have not caught day 1, please put replay in the comments because it is very important that you go back and watch day 1. But if we have leaky gut or a compromised gut lining, doesn't matter how much good food you put into your body. If your body is not absorbing it, it doesn't matter. So you are what you eat, yes, but you only are what you absorb. And so being sure that we get that gut lining so strong and get it such good integrity that it can start absorbing your nutrients is when things all turn around, right? And then some people just don't have access to enough fresh organic produce. Like I know there are a lot of people who go, I don't have access to organic produce. So in my program, I solve every single one of these problems for you. So again, like this might seem challenging. You might look at this and go, well, I don't even know what to do at this point. I will make this very, very simple for you in my program. So number 2 is the gut microbiome. If we don't balance the gut microbiome, there will always be some kind of problem in the body. We have 100 trillion bacteria. Like that number is unfathomable, right? We can't even fathom how many bacteria we have in our body. We have more bacterial cells than we do human cells. So we have to be paying attention to what is going on with our microbiome. When it gets depleted, that's when we start to get symptoms. And what causes it to be depleted? Antibiotics from the time you were born. Being born C-section, first of all, even, we can start at minute 1 of being alive. Then any round of antibiotics is going to alter your microbiome. Any kind of chemical in our water and our food, glyphosate, which is the main ingredient in Roundup that is now sprayed on all of our food in America for the most part. Even organic food now tests positive for glyphosate. It is in all Americans' urine tested and babies' umbilical cords. And glyphosate acts as an antibiotic in the body and kills our good gut bacteria. Too much sugar, too much stress. Stress seriously alters our microbiome. Lack of sleep. So if you don't sleep 8 hours through the night, get that good deep restorative sleep, your body will be struggling to keep up. And then lack of fresh foods. Again, so all of these factors lead to dysbiosis, which means an imbalance in the gut bacteria. So if we don't get that bacteria into balance, there will always be just something off in the body. And then step 3 is detoxification. So we're surrounded by toxins. You can see we have a bucket. Okay, let's picture our body as a bucket, and we can put in processed foods. We can put in some stress. We could put in, maybe some beauty products that have some chemicals. And then our body does this really great job of filtering things out. But when our bucket gets too full, because all of our foods are processed foods or fast foods, all of the beauty products that we use have harmful chemicals in them. We're not drinking clean enough water. We don't get enough sleep. We have massive stress. Maybe we're drinking too much. Maybe we eat way too many desserts. Maybe we eat way too many, fried foods. That bucket overflows. And now your body has become toxic. But what happens when we have leaky gut is we don't even need the bucket to be overflowing. Now anything that comes into our body that's a toxin can now leak through our gut into our body, and our body can become toxic. And so then what our body does, because it's so smart, is we'll start to hold toxins in our fat cells. And especially that belly fat. Your belly fat is trying to protect your internal organs from those toxins. So that's why a lot of people have that built up belly fat, and that is the dangerous fat, right? And so we need to detox daily. We need to be supporting our detox organs daily, and we need to be making sure that our detox pathways are open and are working well. Because what happens with if it gets overloaded and these pathways aren't open and working well, then we can get bacterial infections, parasites, viruses. We can get, leading up to emotional and physical toxicity or emotional and mental toxicity, where it's not only now physical, but now we're really starting to get up into our brain and the way that we think and act and behave. And if we're not actively detoxing and trying to seal up that leaky gut, this toxicity just gets worse and worse. And so, as I always say, it's not aging that makes you sick. It's the damage that we're doing to the body and not supporting our body enough that is making it age. It doesn't have to age. We don't have to feel like shit as we get older. It's not just written in law, right? We can do things to support our body to stop that from happening. And we've got to support that detoxification process. And then the fourth step is that gut-brain connection. So the vagus nerve runs from the gut, runs from the brain down, it kind of fingers down through the organs into the gut. And the gut bacteria are what are in charge of doing that bi-directional communicating. So from the gut to the brain to the gut, goes back and forth millions of times a day. So just as an example of why we need our gut-brain connection to be really strong, let's just all do a little experiment. So picture right now cutting open a lemon, taking that lemon and biting into it. What just happened in your body? Did you feel the saliva get released? But we don't actually have a lemon. We're not eating. So how did that happen? Our brain, and this is what happens when we eat, we look at our food, we go, oh, that's going to be delicious. Our brain tells our body to go, okay, food is coming. I want you to make saliva. And then that signals the stomach to go, food is coming, release the stomach acid. And that signals the pancreas to go, food is coming, release the digestive enzymes, and so on and so forth, all the way down the digestive tract. There's all these signals. But if the brain never told the body to make saliva and it doesn't release the stomach acid, then now our food is just sitting in our belly. It's not getting digested, right? So that's just one tiny example of how the gut and the brain work back and forth. But the actual neurotransmitters that send those messages are created in the gut. And so if we're not creating those neurotransmitters from our bacteria, then we're going to have a real struggle with that communication pathway. So dysfunction in the vagus nerve will create dysfunction in your digestion. It can also cause anxiety and insomnia and all of those things as well. And living in fight or flight, which most people are doing now, causes that connection to just be in hyper overload. And so it can't do all of its processes. And so we need to take care of that gut-brain connection. And that is something that we will work on. So too many processed foods, not enough real food, imbalance in gut bacteria, living in fight or flight, emotional trauma, physical trauma, all of these things can cause that gut-brain connection to break down a little bit. So we need intentional practices to regulate this communication. And it's very simple, but we just have to do it. We have to support our body in this way. And so this is my simple 4-step process in action. Here's how you get your nutrition, your gut microbiome, your detoxification, and your gut-brain connection strong with my 4 simple steps. And this is a repeatable process. Anyone can do it. It's so much easier than trying to put all the pieces together on your own, right? So these are products that I use with every single one of my clients and myself every day. Certified organic, glyphosate-free, additive-free, real food shakes. There's 6 superfood salads in each shake, but they come pre-digested. So remember, we were talking about how if you have leaky gut, you're not absorbing your nutrients. Well, these nutrients are absorbable. And there are many products that I use with my clients intentionally for them to be able to absorb and to rebuild the gut lining. Like these products actually will start to rebuild your gut lining every single day. They also detox toxins and cleanse the organs every day. And so just eating real food, if your body isn't working, if that process isn't working to break down food, you're going to be spinning your wheels because you're not going to break it down. You're not going to absorb the nutrients. And we're just that whole process of eating and digesting, it is going to force your body to really struggle. And if your body has to spend all of this energy trying to just break down food, it just simply doesn't have energy for all these other things. And so we test your gut microbiome because if we don't test, we're guessing. So we really don't know what to do. And, you know, the medical system is guessing. Everything that is not a test result is a guess. And so we test your gut microbiome so we get a clear picture of what is going on in your gut. We get a clear picture of your digestive blueprint. So I call this your digestive blueprint because every single person on the planet, all 8 billion people, have a different digestive blueprint. It's as unique as your fingerprint. And so once we see this on paper in black and white with your gut telling us, here's exactly what's wrong, we know exactly what to do. And I work with the lab to create a personalized protocol just for you. We put that protocol into place. We address pathogens that are going on in your body, imbalances that are going on. We can see what's going on with your digestive process. If you're not breaking things down well, we can see if you're not balancing hormones, making enough vitamins. So we get a clear picture. We put your protocol into place. And that is when the magic starts to happen, because we're not just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see if it sticks. We see your test results. We see what's going on in your gut. We know what to do. And then I've created an online step-by-step portal. So you will get the exact steps of what to be doing all the time. So, you know, in my program, we work together, but in between working together, it'll give you an exact step-by-step course, and you get little check marks, which feels really good. So you always know what to be doing next. And there's probably an answer to every single question that you have somewhere in this course. And it's a course that you have for a lifetime. So that includes anything I add to it. It's got meal plans. It's got Pilates videos. It's got all my protocols for various symptoms, all my supplement protocols. We talk about the gut biome. We talk about detoxification. We talk about leaky gut. And it's very simple, very straightforward, easy to digest. No pun intended. And then we meet once a week if you can be there and if you want to be there to get your questions answered. So you're fully supported either with one-on-one calls or group calls. But we always like to celebrate our wins, changing those neural pathways to always be focusing on the positive, celebrating ourselves, working through roadblocks. We do, you know, we've done exercises in there. Like a lot of the people that sign up for the program tend to be perfectionists, and it's really kind of causing some of their gut issues. And so we do an exercise to release perfectionism. I'm studying breath work, so we'll be incorporating healing breath work, trauma-informed breath work into the calls as well. And then I teach my virtual Pilates class and get your body moving, because if your body is stagnant, your organs are stagnant. We need the body to be moving. And there's actually studies that show that exercise actually improves your gut microbiome. Amazing, amazing studies. And so exercise is part of the process. And in my Pilates class, we're really connecting that gut and that brain and getting those things to work together symbiotically. And so you get all my live classes, all my recordings as well, plus a whole other engaged fitness platform of exercise classes for any time that you want. And so the results are to show you that it's possible for you, because I understand that a lot of people think, I don't know if I can do this. I don't think I have time. I don't think I have the money. I just don't think I can do it. And that's not true. Anyone can do it. And the results are to show you that that's true. Jessica, my client, had been in and out of the emergency room for 2.5 months. She had been feeling terrible for 2.5 years, and then was going to the emergency room so much, was seeing regular doctors, getting all the tests. They gave her all the tests, kept telling her she was normal to go home, and then she'd end up back in the ER in the fetal position. And she finally found me. Actually, her husband found me and called me and said, I need you to talk to my wife. She's struggling and she cannot believe the difference. And she said, it's amazing that I'm already seeing improvement. After 2.5 years, I almost gave up. So this program really means a lot to me. And that just goes to show you, she thought she was too far gone. And then she cannot believe the difference. And then my client, Karen, you may have seen my interview with her in the group. She lost 30 pounds in the program. I think she's lost another 12 since then. Her CRP is down to 0.07, which she has RA. So that CRP is a really, really important number. Her C-reactive protein is an inflammation marker. And she was at a very, very high number, and we got it down to 0.07. Amazing. Cholesterol went from 198 to 135. She didn't take a single antacid since her first couple weeks in the program. She was taking them every day. She's able to exercise again. With RA, she had problems with her joints, and she had all that extra weight on, and she was in pain, and she couldn't exercise. And now she exercises and goes on 3-mile walks every day. And her eczema, which she didn't expect to happen, totally cleared up and has not come back since. And so this is what can happen when you heal your gut, build those 4 pillars as strong as you can. The cascade of positive effects is really endless. And so this is what the Happy Belly Method entails. I give you a simple step-by-step process. You get 60 superfood meals, the gut health shakes, and gut health supplements to rebuild your gut, get you all of your absorbable nutrients. We do the microbiome testing. I have a consult with the lab and then share a personalized protocol with you. We work together for 16 weeks. So you get accountability, you get motivation, you get support. You have access to me during that 16 weeks to ask questions. You have the online gut health portal that I created that has all the information that you need in it. You get unlimited exercise classes you can do right in your living room, so you don't have to get up and go to the gym. And then you also get my exclusive client discount on professional grade supplements. Don't throw your money away on grocery store supplements, you guys. It's just putting money right in the toilet. You want to get high quality supplements, and you get my lifetime discount on supplements. We have a private Facebook group where you can always go to for the weekly call, for asking questions. I post all kinds of good, helpful information there almost every day. And then there are varying levels of one-to-one coaching, because some people come in and they go, I just kind of want to optimize my health. I don't really have a lot of symptoms, but I do want to feel better and have more energy. And then there's, the scale of all the way to people who have a lot of chronic issues. And so there's a scale of varying levels of how much one-to-one coaching that we will be doing in the program. And so the way that I can help you is to book a call with me. It's a totally free call. We're just going to get into what your health goals are, what your symptoms are, what has been going on with you, what you've tried in the past, what has worked, what hasn't worked, and really what your next best steps are. Now, whether that means us working together, which of course is always my goal, because I want to help each and every one of you feel as good as I feel and as good as Karen feels, right, every day. But even if it's not working together, then I still want to get you next best steps, get you going in the right direction. And so I'll drop a link to book a call with me, totally free call. And I'm going out of town next week, so there are only spots available for the next few days. So you want to get on and do that as soon as possible, because the spots usually fill up pretty quickly. And then if you have questions, please just message me or post them right here on the chat. So I hope that was all really helpful for you. Please post questions right here in the chat, and let me see if I can see them, because sometimes Facebook shows me And sometimes Facebook does not show me. So let's see if I can see them. And then I did want to give you, remember from day one, we had the $7 7-day leaky gut meal plan. So if you want to purchase that, just put meal plan in the comments and I will send that link to you. It's a full 7-day meal plan, all really supporting ingredients of the gut, and it comes with shopping list and a little guide that comes with it too. So that's only $7. I used to charge $47 for my meal plans, but that's only $7 just for this workshop. So that will be available till the end of tomorrow, Friday. And then today I'm offering you my 10 ways to repair your gut guide, which is 10 super simple ways, things that you can incorporate into your life that will be supportive of your gut. So you can just drop the word guide in the comments if you want me to send you my 10 ways to repair the gut guide. And then there were a couple things from yesterday. I highly encourage you to watch day one, watch day two, because there's just so much good stuff in those 2 days. So any questions? Let me see. Tina, is that a blood test? It is it's a stool test. And so you just get the kit at home, do your stool sample. It comes with a self-addressed envelope, and send it back to the lab. And then whenever the results come in, I meet with the lab practitioner, and her and I will come up with a protocol for you. Any other questions? Is that meal plan different than what is in the program? So Deborah is one of my Happy Belly clients. Hello, Deborah. It is a little bit different. So I'll just send it to you. You don't have to pay for it because you're my client already. So I'm trying to think. I think the recipes are different than what is in the course. So I'll send that over to you. It's a good one. I probably took different things from the course, but then I think I put some brand new ones in there too. So I'll post that in the Happy Belly group, the client group, so all you ladies can have it for free. Any other questions? So go ahead and book a call, you guys, even if it's just to talk about what is going on with you. It's nice to just have somebody that listens, right? Like, I don't know about you, but nobody listened to me when I was having gut issues. So book a call. We can just talk about what's going on, see if there's, a way that we can get you feeling better quickly. Even if it's just kind of next baby steps before, you make any big decisions, then we can do that. So go ahead and drop. Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, I try and make my recipes pretty simple. Like I try and make things that are around like 20 minutes and that can be thrown together on a weeknight. I also try and make them so that you can batch cook them ahead of time, because a lot of people work late on the weekdays and they don't want to cook when they get home. And so spending, like an hour on a Sunday and making, 3 batch cook recipes just so you have them for the whole week is like godsend when you're tired, right? So I try and make simple recipes that you can cook ahead of time, or at least prep ahead of time, and then just throw them together when you're done with work. And then I feel like they're kid friendly, husband friendly. Well, it depends. I have some clients whose husbands are pickier than kids, so it depends. But any questions about the products, about the testing, about the course, about coaching? Is the test separate cost from the course? No, it's all one cost. It's one program. It's the Happy Belly Method program is one program. So I don't break it up because that would be breaking up the pillars, right? And so everything comes together for one price. And the price just depends on the level of one-on-one coaching that's involved. If it's just kind of, I just want to optimize my health, but I probably don't need a lot of coaching, that is going to be different than the person who, I'm really going to have to dive deep and work one-on-one with quite a bit. So everything, it's one big program. The only thing different would be the level of one-on-one coaching that happens. So one cost, all included. Thank you guys all for showing up. It's so nice to see everybody. I know you see me all the time. And then sometimes, like when people book a call, it's the first time I've ever seen their face. And they've been seeing my face for like 2 years. So it's kind of funny being online, isn't it? I would love to see you all in person. I am thinking about starting in-person retreats at some point, maybe in 2025, where we will do all kinds of good happy belly cleansing with our superfoods. We can do Pilates, we can do breath work, we can do meditation, cooking classes. I think that would be really fun to do. Oh, Deborah, thank you. You're so sweet. She says she's in the program. She's the one that's had the chronic things going on for years, feeling better, but it's a process. I have hope, and so I encourage everyone to try this. It won't be like anything you've ever tried. I know I will get there. Marissa is wonderful. Oh, thank you, Deborah. That warms my heart. And I so want to always just give you a big hug right through the computer, because Deborah's been through a lot, and we're working through it, and we're going to get there. But sometimes it just takes a little time and a little patience with the body. The body always heals at its own pace, and if it took a long time to get there, it might take, some time for it to heal, but giving it these tools, these 4 pillars, is what is going to help your body heal itself. We don't heal the body. I don't heal the body for you. But the body can heal itself when you give it those 4 pillars. So any other questions? Yeah, Deborah says the gut testing was comprehensive, like none I've ever had. Yeah, Deborah is in the medical field, and so she was pretty surprised by what the gut test could show and what we could piece together from those results. So much information that we can get from it, and creating that protocol, and the protocols are usually 3 to 6 months. But they're very targeted, very specific, and the lab knows exactly what to do with your results. So it's pretty cool. Is Candida considered leaky gut? Tina says. So Candida is a yeast overgrowth. So they're 2 different things, but one can certainly cause the other and are usually linked. But Candida is an overgrowth of yeast. And so there are various things that can cause that, various things that we can do to address it. But again, I never address one specific symptom because that's not going to help, because just addressing the symptom doesn't mean it's going to go away. We need to address what's underlying, which is something in all 4 of these pillars is always underlying, right? And so once we address all 4 pillars, then all these symptoms that seem to be popping up that are seemingly unrelated, they all start to kind of dissipate when we give the body those 4 pillars, right? So keep this in mind as you go through your life and whatever you're trying to do to get yourself healthier. Keep these 4 pillars in mind, because this is the key to, I don't care what your diagnosis is or what your symptoms are, this is the key. And it may seem challenging to know what to do with all of this and to do it yourself, and it is. And that's why I created this program, to make it much, much, much more simple for you, and to be able to take 10 years like it took me and squeeze it down into 4 months. And so if you have any questions, I really encourage you to book a call. I would love to hop on a quick Zoom call. It's really no pressure. I'm really easy to talk to. Like it's not a big deal. So I would love to be able to chat with you all. So if there's no more questions, I am going to go off to puppy class. Isn't that fun for the end of my workday? Training my puppy. You probably, if you were on my video yesterday, you saw how fun it is to have a puppy. So thank you all for coming. I really appreciate you all showing up for yourselves. And again, if you missed day 1 and 2, I really encourage you to watch all 3 days. And then please reach out if you have questions. I am here to support you. Always, always, always. And then I am going to go live again tomorrow morning to talk more about the products that I use with my clients. Life-changing. Oh, Deborah says it was adorable yesterday. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was kind of adorable. So 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm going live with my friend Brooke, who is super, super passionate about health as well. And her and I are both passionate about these products. And so we're going to be sharing more about what these products can do. They are truly, truly life-changing. So mark your calendars for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning Pacific time. So that would be 1 o'clock Eastern. Okay. I love you all. I'm here if you need anything. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.